Hey guys, Mike with Bull Shad. Something I've been wanting to do for a while is do a video that I haven't seen being done yet. I did this on Facebook Live one time on the SWIMBAIT universe, and I wanted to try to put it in a place that where you can find it better and put it on our YouTube page. And the topic that I'm going to cover is tuning swim baits. It's not very hard. It's an easy job to do. You just have a little bit of know-how. But what I want you to understand is there's two types of swim baits that tune completely differently. You have a multi-segment that has no lip. You also have a 4x4 and has a lip. Each one is tuned completely differently than the other ones. The first thing we're going to talk about is the multi-segment Bull Shad. The first thing you need to know is you do not mess with the line tie to tune a multi-segment swim bait. At least not my swim baits, you don't. But what you want to do is you tweak the joints based on how the bait is swimming, determines on which way you tweak it and how much you tweak the joints to get it to swim up right. Some of the things that I've seen is when a bait comes at you at an angle, this is what we call a lean, a right lean and a left lean, depending on how it's coming at you. If it's leaning to the right, it's a 1 o'clock lean. If it's leaning to the left, it's 11 o'clock lean. The thing that you have to understand about this is if you have a 1 o'clock lean, you want to tweak the joint, push the joint to the 1 o'clock side. So if it's leaning like this, you want to push the joint to the right. What you want that to do is to catch a little bit of water on the right hand side that upright the bait so that it swims straight back at you. And it's just the opposite if you have an 11 o'clock lean. You push the joint to the left hand side to upright it to make sure that it goes back up straight. Okay, what I usually do is I start with the back joint. If it leans to the left, I push this bait, I tweak the joint to the left. You only need to tweak it a little bit. I mean, like barely see the screws move. Once you do that, you make a cast. It should improve. If it's still leaning a little bit, tweak it one more time. And if it's still leaning after that, tweak the dorsal joint to the left. Okay, and just keep throwing it. The one thing I want to make sure you understand is when you have floaters, especially our 5 and our 6 inch floaters, you have to have that rod tip down at the water surface because those joints need to eat. If you got half of those joints out of the water, you're only having half of the joints underwater. So if you have that rod elevated, none of those joints are hitting the water and it's going to want to, what I call flounder on the top of the surface. So you have to have your rod tip down just under the water or right at the water surface to be able to get the joints to eat water. They have to eat water in order for them to move. You have no joints, if your joints are not in the water, the bait is not going to swim and it's going to actually float on its side. It won't be a lean per se, but it should be on the side. So make sure you put your rod tip on the water before you start your tuning job, because especially on those floaters. So back to the bait, what do I mean by tweaking the joint? You don't need any tools. All you need is your hands. You don't need any screwdrivers or anything. What I do is if you look real close, I'm tweaking it. The joint, if the bait is facing to the right, I'm just bending it a millimeter or two. Okay, just bend it with your hands, and then you just bend this one a millimeter or two. Okay, that's all that it takes. You don't want to overdo it. You just want to do a little bit, make your cast. Be very observant. Take 2 or 3 casts just to make sure that you're seeing what you're seeing is accurate, and then make another adjustment. So that's the very thing on the key on multi-segment swim baits. It's very easy to tune. You just need to put it in the water and see what direction it's leaning, and then you bend the joints in the direction that it's leaning. It's very simple to do. So I hope you understood. I hope this is a very educational thing for you. If I can be of any help to you, shoot us an email or shoot me a message and I'll be glad to help you. Y'all have a good day.